Back from the break. Again, my second in command, Major Rick Tabor. Rick, welcome back to the show.
Sheriff, thank you.
Now listen, folks, when I took office in December 2006, one of our goals was to reduce the warrant numbers in Anne Arundel County. Now, like all sheriffs before me, I inherited many outstanding warrants to the tune of about 13,584 to be exact. Now, our sheriff's office, which is the primary clearinghouse of criminal warrants in Anne Arundel County, receives approximately 1,000 new warrants every single month, and we live in a safe county. Now, utilizing daily warrant teams of deputies, publishing names and photos of wanted persons throughout the internet and newspapers, conducting major warrant sweeps, producing this show, Anne Arundel County's Most Wanted, orchestrating sting operations to lure wanted persons in, clearing dead and unservable warrants through the state's attorney's office. In addition to a lot of hard work from my entire team, we've been able to reduce that number down 35% to 8,932 to date, even while continuing to receive 1,000 new ones every single month. So what I tell everybody is we're not going away, we're not letting up. Turn yourself in or get locked up. So with that, my second in command, Major Rick Tabor, we're going to talk about the sweep we just did this a few days ago that we called the Fall Leaf Sweep. Let's talk about that, Rick.
Yeah, Sheriff, it was on November 21st, early morning hours. We all staged at 5 a.m. in our office at the Circuit Court building in Annapolis. It was involving about 35 deputies, people in our communication section, radio room, clerical staff. We had cooperation from the county police, from the court commissioner's office. Very, very successful operation. We locked up 40 people and cleared 49 warrants.
Now let's talk about what our focus was. We had a very general focus that day. We didn't actually focus on a certain area. We focused on the entire county, saturating the entire county with, like you said, about a little over 35 deputies that day.
Correct. The deputies were in several teams. We had transport deputies as well. And we all were throughout the county, hitting Pasadena real hard, Glen Burnie hard, South County. And it was quite successful. Again, 40 arrests, that's pretty good number for one day.
That's huge. And the team, both civilian and sworn, did a great job. And because of the tight budget times, I give you the credit for this, you were able to go out and find us some grant money for several of these sweep and sting operations throughout the year. And so the overtime the guys and gals got that day was through federal grant money. So that was a good thing for the entire county.
And that is important. The overtime utilized with these operations for the next 3 years. For the next 3 years comes out of federal money. It does not come out of county coffers. And I got to get a shout out to somebody to help me with that, and that's Corporal Linda Bowers with the county police. She helped with the grant writing for this money that we're going to be using for the next 3 years, and she does a wonderful job.
She's top notch. Let's talk about some of that. We serve everything from misdemeanors to felonies, every single day of the week. But Saturday's operation, we had some really good warrants. Let's go over some of those.
We did a couple of the big ones that we had. We locked up a guy for attempted murder. Locked up a guy for escape, another one for assault on police.
Several distribution of drugs.
Yeah, there was a lot of drugs. In fact, ironically, there was this one guy that was picked up. His name is Schaffner. I remember this kid when he was 5 years old. We picked him up, and that was for felony-related drug charges. So yeah, we had some real violent offenders picked up, the usual drug people, and guess what? A lot of FTAs, go figure.
A lot of failure to appears, exactly. A lot of violation of probations. And folks, I say this all the time. I just went over our 3 most wanted people for the sheriff's office. And I tell everybody, do not approach these people. Instead, call the number on the screen, the 410-222-1490 number, or 911. Right. 24 hours a day. We'll make sure we have a deputy officer or trooper out to make the apprehension. And I tell them that their tips are definitely paying off. And I got to give a big kudos to the Sheriff's Office personnel. And like you said, our partners with the Commissioner's Office and the Anne Arundel County Police. It was an outstanding team effort, which produced a lot of results, which ultimately helps make our county safer.
And a lot of the results, the reason our numbers are going up in the sweeps as well is due to the viewers from this TV program. We get a lot of tips from you folks, and they pay off, and we utilize that resource when we go out and do these sweeps. So the folks out there are helping us a whole lot, too.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of safety, since this show is going to air the month of December, let's talk about some safety tips that our viewers need to follow because it is the holiday season. And a lot of these thieves out there like to hone in on and prey on people's cars while you're shopping. Let's go over some of those tips.
Yeah, one thing that you really want to remember when you're going shopping, be it at Marley Mall, Annapolis Mall, or any strip shopping center in the county, or even out of the county for that part, you know what? If you're shopping at night, try to park in an illuminated area. It's real important. Try to park underneath that street light or something and to help yourself out. If you can, try not to carry that purse on your shoulder. Bad guys love to fly by you like a running back and grab that thing, and they're going to take off. You're going to wind up getting hurt. You're going to pull your shoulder out, get drugged along the ground, something like that.
And I also tell people that make sure you keep your valuables, because a lot of times you'll hit one store, and then you'll hit another store, and you'll move from mall to mall. So make sure you keep your valuables in your trunk, out of the sight of these criminals. Make sure you keep your car locked. It sounds simple, but a lot of people will leave their car because they're busy shopping. They'll leave their car unlocked, or they'll leave those wrapped gifts or unwrapped gifts in the back seat. You know, throwing a towel over them doesn't do the job. Put them in the trunk, get them out of their sight, because normally these thieves, these criminals that are out there, are going to prey on the easy target, and don't make it easy for them.
And while you're at it, hide your GPSs, hide your cell phone chargers, put them in the trunk when you're putting your purchases in the trunk. That way, if a bad guy or woman walks by, they're looking inside your car. They're looking for clues of what they can get out of it. If they see the cap is put on the cigarette lighter and there's not a phone laying around or not a charger or GPS, don't give them a reason to knock that window in or unlock the car.
Very good. And, you know, a lot of people, and there's two things I want to bring up, is a lot of people like to leave a large quantity of change out in the open because it's maybe where it's their habit to throw change in their car. Get rid of that. Get rid of that change. It's another thing for these creeps out there, you know, to get their hands on, to steal a few dollars worth of your change to go buy some kind of drugs of some sort.
The other thing that we should bring up, coming up real soon, is going to be something called Holiday Patrol, which is various law enforcement agencies throughout the county will ride around in shopping centers with their lights on. That's just to let you know they're there. They're there for you, to protect you, to try to provide a safe environment for you and your family to go shopping in. So if you have any problems, if you have any questions, feel free to approach one of these officers or deputies or troopers while they're out there doing that as well.
That's great. And the other point I wanted to bring up was, you know, when you're in the store shopping, don't leave your purse in the cart and walk away to grab something. That quick, one of these scumbags could be watching your purse and take your valuables that quick.
Right. Just be careful. Just be cognizant of your environment. We don't want you to be paranoid when you go shopping. We want you to try to make it an enjoyable experience for you. I mean, I don't like to shop, so it's never enjoyable for me. But try to make it enjoyable as possible. We don't want to make you paranoid. Just be aware of your surroundings. This is a type of year where robberies, thefts, and everything else goes up. So just be careful.
Very good. Folks, as I close, I want to thank a few people who allow this show to happen every single month. First, our County Executive, Mr. John Leopold. Some of the staff here I got to give a big shout out to. That's Mr. Mike Hannon and Dale Boyer from the PEG Studios. Also, I want to thank Colonel Chief Tier of the Anne Arundel County Police Department, Colonel Terry Sheridan of the Maryland State Police, Chief Mike Pristoop of the Annapolis City Police Department. Remember, let's keep Anne Arundel County safe. I'm Sheriff Ron Bateman. We'll see you next time on Anne Arundel's Most Wanted.